ready for your weekly dose of pixie dust with Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And Patrick Dougal.
Yeah.
Something sad happened this past weekend.
Yeah.
Newsies. You had no idea.
It took me a second.
Newsies is officially closed.
Yeah.
This production that we've been raving about since probably the beginning of DCTC, I'd say. Or at least I have been. It's officially done. This is very, bittersweet. Congratulations to everybody. But if you want to see the final curtain call, Newsies on Facebook, the official Newsies page, actually posted, they did like a live stream of the final curtain call. And
as they, I believe they did with the Broadway closing call too.
For Newsies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't remember that, perhaps.
Or they posted it on their YouTube channel.
Yeah,
something about that.
I was expecting much better quality. Like, considering it was coming like through the official Newsies Facebook page, I thought it would be like not like a Joe Schmo sitting in the audience with the,
if it's a Facebook Live, that's what you're gonna get.
I thought that, like, because I remember, like, with Periscope, which is essentially the same thing, like, the recent debates have been on Periscope, but, like, professionally shot. So I thought that that's what that was gonna be like. Like, it was, you couldn't really tell who was who unless you know the Newsies really well. I wanted to see them gushing tears, because I'm sick that way, I guess. But, yeah, it was, it's the closing of the show. They closed in Texas, and now the Newsboys are all unemployed for the most part. So
ironic.
Go sell some papes. But congratulations, everybody, and thank you for one of the greatest shows ever.
Woo, woo. That's my little
That's your cheer? Nice. Can I hear it again?
Oh, it's a one-time
It's
deal.
a one-time deal. I guarantee we'll get it again sometime. Well, I also want to mention I went to a very cool concert the other night. It's called Alan Menken. It's called A Whole New World of Alan Menken. Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure how that title works, because the show is basically him at a piano playing the music of his career and telling the story of his career. So I don't know what A Whole New World of Alan Menken means, because it's actually, like, I get the tie-in with the Aladdin song, but I don't understand.
You're looking too far deep into it.
I guess so, but it should make sense, right? Because it's not really a whole new world. It's the same world that we've known.
They're just playing off the title of one of his songs.
I wish that they'd put more thought into it.
Well,
unless it's supposed to be like a whole new world, like we don't normally hear him tell stories about his past and career, but yeah. I don't know. I'm not sold on the title, Mr. Menken, if you're listening.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. This was the world premiere of this, and basically it's a one-man show where I said he's telling the story of his career, and we're kind of guinea pigs in the audience, and who knows he said this is the world premiere. It could also be the last time that this is ever done. Mm-hmm. So who knows? If it does become something and you have a chance to see it, go see it. It's very cool. If you attended his concert at the D23 Expo several years ago, which we did.
Yes.
Similar to that, except the cool thing is that he obviously played more than just Disney, because his career is much more than that. So it was very cool. In fact, that was kind of the stuff I got more emotional at, because I've heard him play Disney, whether it's in person or on video. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I always seem to hear him play. But when he played Little Shop of Horrors, oh, so good. And a lot of great stuff in there. So go check it out. And then got to meet him after, which was super cool. Actually, I got a program from the show, which I will not be doing on the contest page on the website, because we're going to have another contest, which I'll tell you about at the end of this episode. But we'll do a giveaway on Twitter. So follow at DizneyCTC, DizneyCTC on Twitter. And sometime this week, we'll give this away if you want it.
Look, it has his face on it.
Yeah, it does. Be
careful. If you're not watching, let me describe it. He's smiling, and he's wearing glasses.
It's actually a really good photo of him, I will say.
So happy.
He's very happy. That's good. Go. I thought you were going to make them hear it, too.
Oh.
That's for those of you listening.
Ooh, listen to those pages turn.
There you go.
All right.
Fantastic. Moving on from there. What's going on in the world of Disney, Patrick?
Lots of things.
Yes, including a 45th anniversary for Walt Disney World.
Yeah, heck yeah.
This is pretty huge. This 45 is a good number.
45.
I remember.
Close to 50.
Yeah,
5
it
more
is
years.
5 more years till 50. Now, this was they definitely celebrated, as they do every anniversary, as they should every anniversary. The cool thing about October 1st, though, is not only is it the Walt Disney World anniversary, but it's also Magic Kingdom and also Epcot. So Epcot was 34 this year? Yes. 1982.
I went to the 30th.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Did they do anything super cool for that?
I think so.
I want they should have the Phoenicians come out in costume for meet and greets.
I believe like they had like a bunch of Figment stuff, a lot of like retro stuff. The maps were really cool.
So it really does, for these like off years that aren't mega anniversaries, they really do tend to be merchandise anniversaries. And that's very much what this was. There was a special pin, of course. They had special shirts. Apparently the lines were insane for this stuff. Absolutely insane.
Of course they were.
A special cupcake, which that's kind of your thing, right? Although not free.
No. The 60th was in there free.
At Disneyland, they gave them for free on the 60th. These were not free. They also had a special edition Magic Band, which, is that your Magic Band impression?
Yeah.
It's actually a watch you've got on.
Magic.
Let's see. Okay, this is such a fatty thing to be excited about, but have you heard about the 45th anniversary celebration dog?
No.
Okay,
Is it at Casey's Corner? Probably at Casey's Corner.
Maybe.
I'm going to say it's at Casey's Corner.
Okay. I'm not even a hot dog guy, like, in the least. I don't really care for them. This had me salivating just listening.
Is it one of those, like, ice cream dogs?
No.
Because those are awesome.
An ice cream dog? Please explain.
Isn't that's like sponge cake, and then the thing is ice cream, and you put chocolate syrup and sprinkles.
Oh,
that's
no.
Like yeah.
So it's like a cylinder of ice cream?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When are those available?
Hello.
But you've had them at the parks?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh. Okay, no, it wasn't that. This is a hot dog, but this is a hot dog topped with, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Hash browns. Shredded cheddar cheese. Bacon. Fried onions. Oh, fried onion straws, excuse me.
5 onion straws.
And chipotle ranch drizzle.
Sounds like breakfast scramble.
There's no eggs.
Yeah, but there's like hash browns and bacon.
I think it sounds amazing. Yeah.
Well,
and it was big.
I don't know if you remember, but the last 24-hour day that was actually happened. They had a dog over at Award Winners in DCA that was like a breakfast dog that you couldn't get in the morning, and it was awful.
Oh, was it? What was on it?
I think it was supposed to. There was supposed to be something on it that was like sounded great, but they ran out of it, so they started putting like espresso sauce on. It was just awful.
Ew, that does not sound good.
Terrible.
How much do you think this 45th anniversary celebration dog would go for?
$12.99.
You are so close. You want to take another guess?
$11.99.
Nope. Somewhere in between there.
$45.
$12.29.
Yeah.
Which is
random.
It is random, but
went with 45.
Here's my favorite part. Guess what you could get with the celebration dog? You had an option of two.
Lay's or apple slices.
What is it? No, not Lay's.
Chips or apple slices.
Fries or apple slices.
Okay.
If you're getting this hot dog,
you better get the apple slices.
No, nobody's getting the apple slices. Nobody's thinking about calories if you're getting this hot dog.
Well, my favorite thing, off topic, but the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party over at Magic Kingdom.
You love the cookies and hot chocolate.
You get free cookies and hot chocolate.
You love it.
But you can get as many as you want, but as soon as you get sick of them, you can switch over to apple slices and apple juice. Because that's the alternative.
I would never get sick of them.
I know, like after your like 7th hot chocolate and 8th cookie, you're like, maybe I have to eat some apple slices.
Maybe you're not supposed to eat that many.
Well, I gotta like get my
my
worth, my
$100
$70 worth of cookies and hot chocolate.
Very good. Of course, it wouldn't be an anniversary without a ceremony of some sort. So they did have a nice little ceremony on the stage in front of Cinderella Castle.
45 characters came out.
Did you notice anything about Mickey and Minnie?
They had the old heads.
They had their old heads.
What?
I'm pretty sure they had their old heads. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I didn't notice.
I am pretty sure they were the old Minnie and Mickey heads, which was very weird to me.
I was
Not that I'm complaining.
I was eyeing like Mike Wazowski came out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so random.
Yeah, they do. Of course, they had Nick and Judy from Zootopia. So like they always try to have like some current ones. Merida was there.
Heck yeah, my girl.
And it is always interesting the characters that they choose whenever they have a large amount come out. I'm like, oh, and like I think the Country Bears were there, right? Like Wendell and them.
I didn't notice.
I'm pretty sure they.
Is it crazy that I remember the 40th campaign?
What was the campaign?
Remember it was the the
hashtag. Was that the 40th?
Was it?
No, that was Disneyland's 60th, but it was on the 59th announcing the 60th.
No, this was Walt Disney World.
Oh, really?
Hashtag.
I don't think it was that. I don't think it was 5 years ago, was it? Wasn't it a 24-hour day promotion?
Maybe.
I think it was for a 24-hour day. And I forget how many characters
Was
it
it 24
involved.
characters?
No, I think it was definitely more. I don't know what it was, but I do remember the hashtag.
I remember the 40th though because I was working there on the 40th. So.
All right, there you go. The hashtag was not while you were working there. That was more recent.
Was it? Maybe that's why I remember it so well.
Yeah. And did hashtags really exist 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Not as big as they are these days, but
I made my Twitter in 2009.
there we go.
Or 8. One of those years.
Well, it's not that long ago.
Yeah, 5 years. So it's
I know.
2011.
Okay. I gotcha. But, yeah, I don't... Hashtag... Somebody let us know. When did they use that hashtag marketing campaign? Because
Yeah, I think it was a 24-hour day, but I don't remember what it was. But it was like something so many characters.
Yeah.
Because they're like... I don't know.
I do want to mention, in the ceremony, of course, the president... I think it was the president of the Walt Disney World Resort came out and made a speech about Roy's opening day speech, in which he made mention of, before that day, this was known as Disney World. But Roy said this will now be known as Walt Disney World. Just putting that out there. I'm very happy they said that.
Disney World?
No, Walt Disney World. If you've been watching the show for a while, you know that's a big deal to me. And you know I forced Patrick to call it by the full name. So yes, I thought that was awesome that they mentioned that. Because that was Roy's, one of his final wishes. And all our wishes will come true. At the end of that, did you watch the video of the ceremony?
Yes.
How about that when you wish upon a star at the end of it? I'm not a fan of this version of the song.
It was different.
It sounded like the opening of Tangled, like the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, like on the guitar. It sounded like the opening of Tangled, but when you wish upon a star, nothing against the people singing it. I think it was some cast members who were not necessarily performers, but they were great. It was just not a rendition of that song that I ever want to hear on any park recording. So please don't.
They just ripped it from like Disney Channel.
It sounded, yeah, like it might have been. I'd feel really bad. Did you see the banner in the background?
Yes,
It felt terrible.
It didn't fold down.
Okay, this is when you know you've been in production for too long. So they had
I was like, not gonna fold down.
I felt terrible. So they had a banner rolled up in front of the castle, and at some point, I think maybe when the characters came out, you could hear like a click in the release of the banner to roll down and reveal like a 45th anniversary celebration banner. And you saw one side come down a little bit, the other side got stuck. And all I'm thinking to myself is that is so sad for whoever created this banner. Like, I'm sure somebody out there.
So here's my banner.
Was so excited to see his artwork hanging in front of Cinderella Castle. That didn't happen for that person. And then I'm sure, as well, I'm sure it wasn't cheap. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it wasn't cheap. So what a bummer. I'm sorry if that was your banner. But, yeah, unfortunately, it didn't work.
No.
That's all I got for the 45th anniversary. Anything else you want to talk about? About the 45th anniversary of Walt Disney World.
Happy 45th anniversary.
Happy 45th, indeed. Some cool things going on at Walt Disney World. Some cool new stuff in the 45th anniversary. Great moments in history with the Muppets.
Yeah.
And Liberty Square at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, but it officially opened Sunday, October 2nd. So it's open now. Mm-hmm. Of course, there are videos out of it.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 shows?
2 shows.
The
Independence signing, Declaration of Independence, and Paul Revere.
Okay, Paul Revere's ride. I watched only the Declaration of Independence signing, and I gotta say, I actually didn't want to watch either of them because I'm going in a few weeks, and I kind of just wanted to experience it. So I kind of compromised and said, I'll watch one so we can talk about it on the show, and I'm saving one for when I'm there.
Okay. I only watched the Declaration of Independence one as well.
Okay, cool. So we're both blind when it comes to Paul Revere's ride. Hopefully it's...
I mean, we all know what happened.
Yeah.
2 by land, 1.
One if by land, 2 if by sea.
One of
Apparently we don't all know what happened.
The land, the sea, the 1, the 2.
American history, folks.
American history.
Okay, what did you think of this? Because at first, I think if you went back and watched the episode where we first talked about this, I had mixed feelings because I was like, what are you doing sticking the Muppets in Liberty Square? That is not an appropriate home for them. But what do you think?
It's super adorable.
It's awesome.
It's really good.
There is the town crier called JJ, which I love because what's his
JJ.
name? Jefferson James or something is what they... he goes by JJ. So the Muppet characters are in the windows, and I think I forgot what it was above.
To the right of... Well,
Hall
I don't
of
think it's above
Presidents, right?
anything. Yeah, but
what
to
was
the right
Sam
of,
Eagle above?
I think the Hall of
The Hall of
Presidents.
Presidents. That's what I thought as well. So yeah, he pokes his head out of like the rooftop of the Hall of Presidents, and then Kermit and Piggy and Gonzo and Fozzie and a few penguins and
Chickens.
such. The chickens. Excuse me, not the penguins. They are in the windows. It's so much fun, and they tell the story of signing of the Declaration of Independence in a very Muppet way. It's super
song.
Yeah, super character appropriate.
Did you have the thought, if you've seen the video, I was literally like, how many scrolls does this guy have in his bag?
I did think that.
I was like, he pulls out a scroll for like the audience to like yell things, but there's like a scroll, there's like 80 scrolls where he like, I was like, jeez.
Yeah.
But it like flips and like.
I was gonna say, I was assuming there were 2, so there was one that 2 on each, so that you could flip it. But yeah, it was definitely, or maybe it's 1 and they did triggers or something. I don't know.
No, I watched him flip one of them.
Okay, so yeah, it's great. There's a male singer who works down on the street level with us, and then the Muppets up in the windows. And I don't know, I just kept thinking I want this at Disneyland. And I mean, I think honestly Main Street USA could be a really cool place for this. I think it would be awesome. Not for the history lessons, of course. It would have to be something.
No. Yeah, the Main Street's already crowded, so like to just like put a bunch of people standing on Main Street is just like, ugh.
Well, how about like above
Like New Orleans Square.
New Orleans Square would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Out
Tiana,
of the windows.
Tiana could come interact, and
It's like a cooking
Hello?
show with the Swedish chef.
Tiana and a frog. Hello, that would be fantastic.
There it is.
Sold. We're doing it.
All right.
Doing it. New Orleans Square.
It's happening. It's not happening.
Not happening yet.
Yet.
But the Imagineers are listening.
They are. So is Alan Menken.
Alan Menken's listening too.
Still
yes.
listening.
Speaking of the Muppets, we got some more Muppet news for Walt Disney World.
At Epcot.
At Epcot, the Muppet Mobile Lab is returning.
Mobile Lab.
Have you ever witnessed the Muppet Mobile
I
Lab?
saw a video of it.
Okay, you've
Back
seen
in
video.
2007.
So, but you've never witnessed it personally.
Never witnessed it.
Okay. So if you don't know what the Muppet Mobile Lab is, it is a free roaming animatronic, like Lucky the Dinosaur.
And the palm tree. I forgot her name.
The palm tree.
There was a palm tree at Animal Kingdom that
Animatronic?
Yes, it was like Push.
No kidding. I've never heard of this.
I know.
I know there's like a Wally and an R2-D2 and
Penelope the Penny, something like that.
making
And
that
it
up.
was outside of Animal Kingdom, and he just like talked to a tree.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was the exact same as Push, where there's a guy like controlling it, talking, and
Interesting. I'd never heard of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Muppet Mobile Lab is coming back to Epcot. It's kind of been touring around it. I think initially it was at Epcot, then went to Disney California Adventure, and then has been at Hong Kong. So it's been traveling around. But it's back. I think it's great that the Muppets are getting all over Walt Disney World. Is fantastic.
Their show got canceled.
Even though their show got, but that's the thing. They could not. That could be the excuse not to do this stuff, and they're not letting it dissuade them. So I think this is fantastic news. And our friend Aaron Wallace actually tweeted something funny today. Well, he just tweeted that now all they need to do is put Muppets in Animal Kingdom, and all 4 Walt Disney World parks will have Muppet representation. His idea was like, let's put Sam Eagles in the Flights of Wonder.
Yes.
Flights of Wonder show. And then I said, even better, let's have an area in Disney's Animal Kingdom called Animals Muppet Kingdom. Boom! Come on! Would you not want to go there? I'll tell you what. Animals Muppet Kingdom could totally take over the Dinorama area, and I would be 1,000% okay with that.
But what about Dinosaur?
Dinosaur can stay. I'm saying just the Dinorama area.
You hate that area.
I hate it. It's terrible. I'm telling you, every time I see it, I think of Joe Rohde and just a single tear rolling down his cheek. That's what I think of.
Primeval World's your favorite.
Retheme it to Muppets. I don't care. It can be Animal's Crazy Spin Coaster or something.
There it is.
So you're welcome, Imagineers, for that idea as well. Do you think they're going to do any of this?
Nope.
Seriously, though, Animal's Muppet Kingdom is kind of epic. I'm just saying. So yes, yay to the Muppets. More Muppets. I'm all about this.
Mm-hmm.
Also at Walt Disney World, we are getting... Well, this is rumor / more of like test phase type thing where you're mocking my hands. I talk with my hands. You're just joining me. We could totally do a Muppet together where we're each one hand. We're there.
Yeah.
We're the Swedish Chef.
Exactly.
We're Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
We're any of those.
Any of those.
We're good.
Okay.
They're possibly going to be doing meet and greets inside the World of Disney store at Disney Springs.
Possibly. They have already started.
Oh, I heard that, but then I couldn't find confirmation online of that. But
I saw pictures.
Okay. I think it's still a test phase is what I'm hearing. But
because I saw a picture of Aurora in this weird background, I'm like, where the heck is that? And then it was at World of Disney.
I think this is so interesting because, like, obviously, let's face it. I mean, character meet and greets are huge, and they're a really big part of, like, some people go to the parks for that. Admit it. You've gone to the parks certain days just to meet a character for a new costume or whatever. And to start bringing them out of the parks on a permanent basis, I think is interesting. It surprises me a little, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, put it in the back of a store and bring your kid. There's no way you're getting out without buying a toy.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I've definitely seen the Fab Five walking around to the Disneyland hotel. And anyone can just walk into
the hotel lobbies
Disneyland.
I've seen, especially overseas. I remember in Paris they had
anyone
tons
can
of
just walk
characters.
into those. So I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah, and even at the holidays, right? Didn't they like around what was it, 4th of July? Don't the characters come out to the hotels a lot?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Halloween too. Every hotel resort has a.
But even still, like, let's face it, the general public isn't. You can go hang out at a hotel, but they're not going to. Mm-hmm. Disney Springs is very different. This is a place where the general public will just go hang out. And I don't know, I think it's interesting. Whether or not it survives, I could see it going either way. Mm-hmm. I'm indifferent toward the idea. I just find it interesting. And I would be, honestly, from just a business standpoint, I'd be curious to see if sales go up in World of Disney. Because seriously, how are you going to leave without buying a toy?
Or, like, you need an autograph book, obviously.
They better have that set up right next to it. Now, I believe this took over the area that used to be Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, which now has its own space in I almost said Downtown Disney, in Disney Springs. So, yeah, it's interesting.
It would have been interesting if they did it as a part of, like, Bibbidi Bobbidi, where, like, you get to do Princess and then you meet that princess.
I kind of thought that was part of it.
Yeah, but no.
Initially, when I was reading about it, I thought that's where they were going, because honestly, I feel like that would help sales even more. Yeah. Although, isn't Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, like, always booked? Mm-hmm. I don't think you can never
get a reservation.
Oh, really? How many times have you tried?
So many.
Which princess would you go with? Or are you a pirate?
I'm not even joking. I got stuck inside an extra large Rapunzel dress once.
Wait a sec, repeat that?
I got stuck inside an extra large Rapunzel dress.
Please explain. We need background.
I went into World of Disney with a couple friends and, like, look at this extra. I can totally fit on an extra large. I got into it very easily. The getting out was the hard part.
Do we have photos of this?
No.
Oh, man. This is great. I didn't know this about you. That's fantastic. Some more Walt Disney World news for annual pass holders. This is fantastic news. You've complained a long time that our annual pass holders get far more benefits than Walt Disney World's.
Heck yeah.
Well, the times may be a change in here
Not
because
really, but okay.
no. Well, they're getting.
I still think it's kind of still not
It's
good.
still bad. 20% off merch, 10% off food. Some food, even 20% off. Here's something that is interesting. I've never heard of this happening before.
But in terms of the food, which is still remain the same, it's only at table restaurants. So there's still 0 discount on quick service.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
It's
a
still
bummer.
it's still like awful quick service discounts.
Oh. Well, here's something that's cool that I've never heard of them doing before. If you buy a pass now until January 3rd, you get an extra month for free. So your pass is 13 months instead of 12.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Fun fact, when I bought my Walt Disney World annual pass, I bought it on a 24-hour day. Mm-hmm. So I got both 24-hour days in one pass.
Oh, cool. Because
Once I was in that day,
Yeah.
I could like stay through that night.
Cool.
Yeah. That's just my story.
Fantastic.
I got 2 24-hour days and 1 year pass.
Fantastic. Let's see. I think that's it for Walt Disney World news, unless there's anything you want to add. No? Let's go to Hong Kong for a bit.
All right, let's go.
Because Hong Kong does Halloween right, is all I'm going to say. As you know, in the States here, we do a not-so-scary version of Halloween. Hong Kong is like, forget that.
Get that.
We're scaring children. We're giving them nightmares.
We gonna do it right.
Of course, they have both versions. They do have the friendly version, which they run September 15th to October 31st, and they have a Mickey and Friends costume party where apparently Gelatoni is like a big feature.
Yes.
Gelatoni.
Love Gelatoni.
No.
Yes.
What is he again? He's
He's
just
Duffy's
friends.
cat.
He's Duffy's cat? Like, wait a sec, Duffy has a pet?
Yes.
Is it okay for animals to have pets?
Well, Duffy and Shelly May and his Duffy's pet
Okay.
friend from cat from Italy.
Okay, so wait a sec. So Duffy and what's her name?
Shelly May.
Shelly May are both stuffed bears.
Yes.
Is Gelatoni a stuffed cat or a cat?
He's a cat from Italy.
So he's a real life cat from Italy.
And so is Duffy and Shelly May
No.
are real life bears.
No, they're teddy bears.
They're bears.
No, they're Minnie Mouse's teddy bear.
And then and Gelatoni is Duffy's cat.
We need to rethink the mythology of these characters. Is
From
all I'm
Italy.
saying. Okay, fair enough.
Paints.
Well, he's a big part of the Mickey and Friends costume party. We also get a Mickey's Halloween Time cavalcade featuring a lot of these characters as well, and a Villains Night Out parade. But that's not what excites me. We've got villains at Disneyland. We've got villain meet and greets just like they have. It's the Nightmare Experiment Haunted House, which is in an area that was called the Pavilion. Is this over at Tokyo Disney Sea, do you know? Or I'm sorry, Hong Kong. Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. Wrong park. No, this is an area called the Pavilion that it takes over. Just listen to the name. Nightmare Experiment Haunted House.
Yeah.
This is real Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. So inside this haunted house, we have dark scenes from The Princess and the Frog.
Ooh.
Yes, sold there. You go into a pirate's jail from Pirates of the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. I would assume the dog will be there with the key, but I don't know that for certain. The Mad Hatter's Lunatic Asylum. Like, they have a padded room. Have you seen any photos of this?
No.
It's awesome. They have a padded room with the Mad Hatter inside.
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Mutant toys from Toy Story.
Yes. They're big in Toy Story over there because they have
the whole Toy Story land.
But
Yeah.
they have that one giant sculpture of the baby head on the the robotic spider.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on Halloween they actually have the Scrabble letters that spell out Halloween in front of him. Creepy.
This is fantastic. Like, this sounds awesome. I want to see Sid's toys in a haunted house.
Yeah.
It would freak me out. I'm telling you, the Mad Hatter Asylum stuff, though, is awesome. Like, this is worth checking out. So if you don't know anything about this, go online and look up Hong Kong Halloween and Nightmare Experiment Haunted House. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. But moving on from there, let's go to Broadway for a little bit.
Broadway.
Because Frozen is headed to Broadway, as we all know.
Yeah.
And we've discussed in the past how they got rid of their director and... Was it
Choreographer?
I think it was a choreographer. Can't remember though. But we got a new director. His name is Michael Grandage, and a new scenic and costume designer named Christopher Oram. These people, they do have long theater careers, so they know what they're doing. I got to be honest though, I'm not super familiar with them, and even when I researched them, like they definitely had credits of legit theater, but nothing that was like, ooh, they worked on Hamilton or anything like that. So I kind of love this and appreciate this, and it's sounds like they're figured their stuff out for Frozen, and frankly, Disney might have a little bit more control over them as well. I don't know what the situation was as far as getting rid of the other folks, but maybe there was just some difference of opinion, and Disney's like, let's go with people who aren't as big, and they'll just listen to us.
It's true.
It's kind of the Disney way, a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit, but yeah. So I'm excited about that. Oh, this is huge.
Huge.
Are you ready? Na Tangonya Babaishiwa. I don't know what the words are. I just made them up.
I didn't know. I didn't think that was right.
No, probably not. But live action Lion King.
It's happening.
No surprise, right?
It's happening.
But what do you think of this? Jon Favreau, by the way, who directed Jungle Book.
Live action. Mm-hmm. Kind of CGI live action.
CGI live action. When you read this, what were your initial impressions?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Do you think it'll be a musical?
I hope so. I mean, Jungle Book we had one song and then like stringed version of another song.
I'm not sure here's the thing, if it looks like Jungle Book, which I assume it will, they got the same director for a reason.
My question is, in Jungle Book, the only live action thing about it was Mowgli, the human character. There is no human character in Lion King.
Yeah, unless
is it live action?
The thing is, the definition of live action is,
I mean, it'll look live action.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be animated to me, just not with pencils and paper. So I don't know. I honestly don't know how I feel about this, and a lot of people could be asking me, "Oh, are you excited?" I'm like, I love The Lion King. I recently saw it several years ago in the theater again when they re-released it in 3D, and I honestly sat there and was blown away because I probably hadn't seen it all the way through on the big screen, certainly not in a long time. And I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking to myself, this movie is incredible. There's a reason this is a classic, and so I don't know. But I can't really explain why I have reservations, because when they announced Beauty and the Beast, I was like, perfect. That'll be awesome. This one, I'm a little bit more reserved. I kind of feel like I don't want it to be a musical, which is insanity coming out of my mouth. But there's something about that style of filmmaking. You know what it is? There's nothing fantasy about it. It's too realistic. Like, Jungle Book looks so real. So that it's a little bit weird for these animals to be singing in those settings. But who knows? Maybe Jon Favreau is going to go in a very different direction. Maybe it will look more caricature-ish with giant eyeballs instead of, real life animal stuff.
No, I think it'll be real life animals.
I think so as well. And like you said, it is an interesting question because there are no live actors. Yeah, no humans. Do you think James Earl Jones will be back?
I have no idea about casting.
I said, do you think?
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I mean, he's still Darth Vader, right? And they could always just rip the audio from the movie.
I was thinking about Jungle Book, and I'm literally you can use the same cast for Lion King. I was like, Lupita Nyong'o could be Nala, whatever. You can use
oh my God, Christopher Walken as Rafiki would be amazing.
Would it?
Oh my God, what would you say? Give me a line from Rafiki.
Here's the way I see it. You can run from your past.
Here's the way I see it. You can run from your past, or come on, yes, yes. Hashtag Rafiki Chris Walken. Boom, score. I'm sold.
No.
You sold me on it. I love it. We've lost our minds. Speaking of movies, Dead Men Tell No Tales, the official teaser trailer has come out.
For Pirates 5.
Pirates 5. We totally need that, right? Did it excite you? I'm over it completely. So my opinions.
I didn't know what was happening.
Well, it was interesting because the whole big thing about Pirates 5 is that Orlando Bloom's back, right?
I think so.
But
Maybe, yes.
we didn't see him in the trailer, so I was a little surprised by that. There's a very cute guy in the trailer that looks like a young Colin Farrell. I don't know who this is.
He looks like a young Orlando Bloom.
I thought he looked like a young Colin Farrell. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just over the Pirates movies. I really want them to be finished, but they never will be.
The pirates never die.
Dead men tell no tales. So nothing for you either? I thought you were...
No, I'm excited for it.
You'll go see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't.
I mean, I want to, like, obviously it was just a teaser, so I want to see more.
Yeah, I love teasers, though. Like, if a teaser can get you excited, come on, like that Beauty and the Beast teaser.
That was such a tease.
It was amazing. This is from the guy who loves anticipation, but come on. It was amazing. I didn't feel that way watching Pirates, but it's all right. It's okay. We can't love them all. Before we move on, I do want to mention Patrick Cahill wrote in, and remember we were talking a while back about, I forget what was, some preview was moving into One Man's Dream, and we're like, hey,
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange was moving in there, and we're like, hey, what's going on in that, like, Sounds Dangerous theater? Why don't they put him in there? Well,
I remember, but I remember what it is now.
Well, so does Patrick Cahill, who wrote in. But what is it?
It's Path of the Jedi.
It is. It's Star Wars Path of the Jedi. That's
which
what's
we
in there.
have over at the Magic Eye.
No, it's officially called the Tomorrowland Theater now.
Tomorrowland Theater.
Yeah, they changed the name. Wasn't the Magic Eye Epcot?
Or I'm just making things up.
It's the what was it called? Maybe it was the Magic Eye here. I can't even remember the old name.
I think it was here.
But yes, it's officially called the Tomorrowland Theater now. So yes, thank you, Patrick Cahill, for writing in. I also want to do a contest. You want to do a contest?
Let's do it.
Okay. Vivid Button, vividbutton.com. Of course, everybody knows and loves the Disney Parks button giveaways that they have. Well, they create their own unofficial ones, but they look freaking official, is all I'll say. Go to vividbutton.com, check it out. Go to disneycoasttocoast.com, click on the contest page, and you can enter to win a collection of Halloween time buttons from vividbutton.com. So make sure you do that. And beyond that, I think that means it's trivia time! Okay, Pat, do you want to hit me first?
No.
Okay, I'll hit you.
Hit me.
We were talking about the 45th anniversary of Walt Disney World. And of course, so when we say the 45th anniversary of Walt Disney World, that means what we know of the land of Walt Disney World currently. But really, as far as theme parks, it was just the Magic Kingdom. But some other stuff opened with that, some resorts. Do you know how many and which resorts opened with the Magic Kingdom on October 1st, 1971?
The Seven Seas Lagoon.
That is not a resort.
But it opened as well.
I'm asking about resorts. That's today's trivia.
The Contemporary.
The Contemporary was one of them.
And the Grand Floridian.
Grand Floridian did not open with
the Polynesian.
Polynesian did. That's two. It was is that what opened?
That's it.
That's it. No? One more.
The Disney Holiday Inn.
No. Fort Wilderness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the Contemporary, the Polynesian, and Fort Wilderness also opened on October 1st, 1971.
As well as the Seven Seas Lagoon.
As well as the Seven Seas Lagoon, which Patrick wants you to know.
And the monorail.
And
it went through the...
Yeah, I would assume the monorail as well. I would assume that's true.
Correct.
So, well, kind of correct.
Correct.
Okay. Well, what's my trivia?
Okay, so we were talking about The Lion King.
Yes.
And we actually talked about this in a episode, I think, maybe the last episode or a couple episodes ago.
Okay, so you're going to see if I remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know the name of the three hyenas in Lion King?
God. People are already yelling at me through the screen.
The best part is we literally had to look it up, I think, the last episode, because we had no idea.
And I keep wanting to say Zazu. It's clearly not one of them. One of them was like a normal name, like Fred or Rex or something like that.
I knew that one.
Ed.
Yeah.
Ed is one of them.
Yes. Which one's Whoopi Goldberg?
Whoopi Goldberg. It's like Nazizi or something. Like,
no.
Is there a Fran? There's not a Fran.
No Fran.
This is so sad. We totally... people left it in the comments before. I saw them. Ed, something and something.
Yeah.
Ed, there are three of them.
Yes.
Seven Seas Lagoon.
That is correct.
Ed. Oh, darn it.
Nope, it's not one of them.
Ed. I gotta get at least one more. There's like a Z in one of the names, isn't there?
Both of them.
And both of them, Xanadu.
Doesn't start with a Z.
Give me one of them.
Which one you want?
Any one of them, but other than Ed.
Bonsai.
Bonsai? That's not true.
No, it's Banzai.
Banzai, Ed.
Banzai. No, is that Banzani?
I don't know. I have no idea what are all three.
Shenzi.
Shenzi, that's the one
That's
I was like.
Whoopi Goldberg.
That's like the tip of my tongue one that I obviously didn't know.
Well,
Well,
wrong.
failure. We both were terrible at trivia today. I would say you did better than me, though.
Seven Seas Lagoon.
But Seven Seas Lagoon is not right.
Opened.
Uh,
It opened.
okay. It's
With the water Main Street Electrical Water Pageant.
still doesn't make it a resort. I wonder if that was their day one. I don't think so, was it?
That's been
been
there forever.
I was listening to
That's staying.
I was listening to a
You guys still got Main Street Electrical Water Pageant. That's not what it's called. I forgot what it's called. It's called the Water Pageant.
the water pageant.
Electrical Water Pageant?
I think it's just the electrical water pageant.
Main Street Electrical Water Pageant.
It's not Main Street. It's the Seven Seas.
The Seven Seas Lagoon Electrical Water Pageant.
If you don't know what we're talking about, basically it's like a 2D version of the Main Street Electrical Parade done on the water of the Seven Seas Lagoon. I think if you're at the Contemporary, you see it.
Polynesian,
you see it.
Anywhere in the Seven Seas Lagoon.
And it's just so
How many
weird.
times in this episode can we just say Seven Seas Lagoon?
Well, somebody count and let us know. But
I really love saying around the Seven Seas.
Seven Seas Lagoon?
Do you know why it's called the Seven Seas Lagoon?
Because they have water from all seven seas.
You know what else has water from all seven seas?
It's a small world.
Wow.
Boom! Whoa!
Seven Seas Lagoon.
That should have been today's trivia.
No, because I even knew that. It was too easy.
It was still good. It was still very good. Okay. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining us this week. If you want a shout out on the show, leave us a 5-star written review on iTunes. And of course, between episodes, you can chat with us in places like
Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, SoundCloud, iTunes, and our blog posts on Tumblr.
Exactly, and all of that can be found at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. That's also where you can enter the contest for the VividButton.com contest. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
A lot of stilt monsters coming up for
Yeah.
Dr. Facilier.
My favorite unit. I thought
Dr. Facilier?
I thought the flow was so cool.
I thought when I first saw it from the distance, I thought that it was the Halloween tree that we have in Frontierland here. And then as I got closer, I saw Dr. Facilio was on there.
I just like how he has like a huge like throne chair and like all of his like masked shadow creatures are on it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was a cool float. And then it ends with like a big villains float.
like mashup.
This was probably my favorite float because it was so big and like they had several units to it.